Well, today our chickens are 10 weeks old, so it means it's time to butcher them. Unfortunately, we can only butcher them here on the land. We can't process them here because we don't have running water. It's very important for us to have running water for our plucker drum and also, of course, for the entire process. We need that running water. So we'll butcher them, transport them back to town, and there we'll go through the entire process. So this is our setup, our drum plucker. We got our pot boiling. Well, it's hot water, it's not really boiling. And then we got our working station there, our butcher station right here. So we're gonna be moving the power bar out of the way. Then we got our vacuum pack system over here. We got our cooler here to cool down the chicken before we put it in the freezer, before we bag it really. So I said last year, if we're gonna be doing this, we need to do it right. We need a proper barn up on the land to raise the birds. And then we need a proper setup, proper tools. And it's a bit of an expense, but I planned this from last year. So I said, we're gonna do it right from the start. Because if you got the right setup, if you got the right tools, it becomes a lot more easier and a lot more enjoyable. When it becomes work and you're having all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems, then you kind of get deterred from doing it again. So we only got 11 chickens to process. If everything goes smooth, next year we're gonna have more. And that's the whole purpose of, and we're gonna see how much per pound with the feed that we use. We're not gonna include any of this into the price of the chickens. We're going to just go by per pound and how much feed we use to know how much it costs for chicken. Oats.
The oats are right there. You could have put 3 in. Could have put 2 in.
Stop her, stop her, stop her. They're in there way too long, Dave. They're boiled.
Take them out then. The water's too hot.
They only got to be dipped.
Water's too hot.
What happened?
Water's too hot.
No good to get overwhelmed.
No, I know.
It's your first time trying it. You want us to write it all in your book after what you got to do.
Yeah.
We never used that shit before.
Throw that out, that's no good.
That's no good.
So Mother didn't hear the full conversation. It's at this very moment that she realizes we lost a full bird. Not just a mistake made, but the bird had been destroyed. We only got 11 chickens. Not enough to experiment with, not enough to test the waters and see what works and what doesn't work. We only got 11. And it's not a matter of losing money that you spent in raising these birds. It's a matter of food wasted. And that's the way I look at it. It's food that you're taking and throwing it right in the garbage. And to me, that's the waste.
Chicken's room.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It got to be dipped. It can't be left there. It's cooking. See, that's no good.
Let's say that.
Oh my God.
That's no good. You partially cooked it, like it's.
Well, your garbage can. I got the garbage can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All you're doing is just scalding.
Scalding, yeah,
that's cooking there. We didn't have anything to test the temperature of the water, and something so simple, so basic, and probably the cheapest thing we had to purchase, we didn't have it. We had a drum, a plucker drum that cost over $500. We had the propane burner that's just a few inches off the ground. Because I said if we're going to do this on a regular basis, we need to start off doing it right. We can't discourage ourselves, and we can't have the process something that we dread doing every summer or every fall. We have to enjoy the process. It has to be simplified. It has to be somewhat of an easy process so that we want to keep doing it year after year. And if we didn't boil the chicken, that would have been an easy process. Now we've learned things along the way, and this is the purpose of only having a few birds this year. Now, if you want them skinless, these here, we can take the skin right off.
Well, I eat a lot of skinless chicken. Don't matter to me. Just mark it on the bag. No skin on it.
Because of the two remaining chickens that was in the same pot as the first one was on the bottom getting good boil for himself. Well, these two, we're just going to cut them up in sections, skin them, and use them for soups and stews. Something very simple and basic. Vacuum pack it and move on to the next bird.
Oh, good.
In here?
Yeah.
Here, one of them.
Use this for soup or something, Mom?
Oh yeah. You don't want skin on it for soup.
No.
Because it's too greasy. So all I got to do is mark on the bag. Yeah, that'd be good for soup or stew.
The water was too hot.
The water was
and
too
you can't
hot.
leave them in there. You got to dump them.
You just got to dip them, take them out. But buddy, the one I watched this morning, buddy, I had him there and poking down, and he kept on the feathers, eh?
So if you can't already tell, I was extremely frustrated because we only had 11 birds. We didn't have enough to experiment with. We didn't have enough to test things out and see what works and what didn't work. And when you lose a full bird, I mean, that's a bird gone. That's not just money. I don't look at it as just money wasted, but I look at it as food wasted. A full bird, you know, 8 to 10, 12 pound chicken. Just, it was just beat to pieces, as they say. It was just destroyed because it started cooking.
Before they vacuum packs anything, they put it on a cookie sheet and puts in their deep freezer to freeze.
Before they cooks anything?
Before they vacuum packs.
Okay, yeah, okay.
What's that there, love? What's
Yeah,
that?
before
That's
you
liver.
vacuum that, you want that.
You gotta pull that off.
Okay. Yeah, they say they was doing fish, okay? They puts it on a tray and lays it in their deep freeze.
Yes, you stiffens it.
You stiffens it, and then they vacuum packs it. That's the one, isn't it?
No.
When you said you was going to go on with it like that, I said, I don't know like that. What about wax paper or something putting it on? See, this is going to be a disaster.
If it's coming off, then try it.
Oh, wait now. Every time.
Don't put it in there yet. If this was still juvenile feathers on these birds, that would have been a lovely process. So it wasn't the drum's fault or anything to do with that process. It was us wanting to keep the birds a little longer to get extra weight on those birds. Lesson learned. Next year, well, we're going to be getting more birds, more chickens, and probably less turkeys, and we're going to be processing them a little bit earlier. Once we know they're at the 7 and 8 pound mark, or 6 to 8 pounds, we're going to harvest them then. We need to harvest them when the feathers are easy to pluck. Now this fall, we're going to be doing the turkeys. We got 10 turkeys. We're going to have to do them by hand. That's going to be a lot longer process. The drum is too small to be able to put those turkeys, and they're probably too heavy to go in there. I'll beat them to pieces. So the fall, we're going to be harvesting our turkeys by hand, longer process. So next year we might only get 5 turkeys and maybe 20 or 25 chickens, maybe some pheasants as well. Yeah, they needed to be
2 weeks ago.
harvested 2 weeks ago, because not about getting them as big as you can.
No.
You got to do with the adult, getting to adulthood, I guess.
They're growing their winter feathers.
Yeah, getting the bigger feathers.
They're moody. That's moods, eh?
Yeah.
You got to get them before they get stuck.
Okay, Jimmy, you're going to pluck that off. I can't get it off.
All right.
That deer wants to be thrown out.
Got to pull the skin.
Hmm?
You got to pull the skin tight.
And that one is a smaller one there.
9 pounds.
That small one.
What?
That smaller one, is it?
It looks smaller to me then. I don't know.
Look at the breasts on that.
I'd say they're averaging around 9 to 12 pounds.
Yeah.
I use that.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
No,
They're only like 2 and 3 pounds in stores, aren't
they're small, very small.
they? Yeah, they're small as right.
Look at the breasts on it. That's just the same as chicken in the store.
Better.
Tucking the legs in. Yeah.
Head down.
So now there's the O's that we put down inside of it. Has to go down inside the bird.
Twisting up 3 or 4 twists then.
Try to get out as much of the air as you can. Now we're going to dip them. What is the 2 most important lessons that we took away from this entire process? Well, the water temperature. Water temperature is extremely important to loosen those feathers, and that is something that we will have corrected next year. The second most important thing is we were a little greedy. We wanted those few extra pounds on the chickens, so We kept them a week or so longer than we should have. And I think once they get a certain size, they start getting rid of those juvenile feathers. So the way we were feeding our chickens, I think at 6 weeks, they would have been good to go. Would have been a couple pounds lighter, but those feathers would have came off easier, and that drum plucker would have done its job perfectly. And this is all about making the process easier, simpler, and more efficient. And those two important lessons we have written down so we don't forget, but we definitely got this video that we can watch again, and we definitely be watching it again in the spring. Our chickens are all processed and they look incredible. We're actually going to cook one up now in the next couple of days just to see how good they are. So this is our chicken, our fresh chicken. I say that got beyond 12 pounds right there. That is massive. Worst thing is you get a few extra hairs.
Phew, that was all. Want a spoon?
So you got any more salt pork? Or you
No,
put that in the chicken?
I got salt pork to put on top there.
Okay. So we'll put it right in the roaster?
Put it right in the boiler.
Breast down or breast up?
Breast up. That's the way I does it.
Oh, good Lord.
Ah, God. Okay.
You want any underneath?
You can wash your hands over there in the sink, wants to.
This is a small turkey.
Same thing.
So now savory on top.
Oh yeah.
Newfoundland spice.
Lester's.
Leicester savory, which is really good.
The best. And we'll just throw a little bit of olive oil over that now.
Olive oil or
Avocado.
avocado oil. Look at the white meat. Very juicy. Very tender.
That tough?
No, falling apart, the fibers is. So all the liquor from the beautiful chicken, we're gonna dump it in our pot liquor. Or maybe Mother wanted it the other way around, I'm not sure. But either way, this is how we're doing it. He's bringing it up on a bit of a boil. A little better than a simmer. Let it start boiling a little bit. And then you let it go down. And then you start adding the thickening. Thickening. There's already lumps. Already lumps. Is it? Is that my lump? That's not a lump, is it? That's pork, isn't it? Yeah, that's pork. That's my gravy. That's how I make my gravy. Look how beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Just have a look at that chicken. Oh my goodness. It is unreal. So moist, so fresh, so tender. The fibers just falling apart. It is absolutely delicious. Well worth the time. I think by the time all the feed is paid for, I think it worked out somewhere just under $1 a pound. Well worth the trouble of raising your own chickens, because that is incredible. You can't get a better taste than fresh farm raised chicken. Oh, this is incredible. So fresh, so delicious. This chicken had to be up around 12 pounds. So good. If you enjoyed this video, check out the one over here, and we'll see you in our next video.